Magandang araw mga bata! Ngayon ating tatalakayin kung ano nga ba ang courage o yung lakas ng loob and self-control o yung pagpipigil sa ating mga sarili. Alam naman natin na ang dalawang pag-uugaling ito ay napakahalaga bilang isang mabuting bata at mag-aaral. Ngayon ay ipapaliwanag ito ni Ma'am Ivy Galalan. Makinig ng mabuti mga bata.
Ang pag-aaralan natin is all about courage and self-control. So, ano nga ba ang courage para sa inyo? So, tama, ito ay isang katangian ng isang tao, isang importante katangian ng isang tao, yung pagiging matatag, malakas ang loob ng isang tao, pagiging matapang. So, ano nga ba ang courage? So, halimbawa nito is may isang tao na maano yung problema niya, malaki yung problema niya. So, nang dahil sa pagiging matapang at pagiging malakas ang loob niya is nalampasan niya ang kanyang problema. So, yun yung tinatawag na courage. How about naman sa self-control? Para sa inyo, ano ang self-control? Okay, tama. Ito din ay isang katangian ng isang tao. Yung pagiging mapagtimpi ng isang tao, pagiging mababa ang pride, pagiging mapagpakumbaba ng isang tao. So, magbigay ng halimbawa ng self-control. So, ayun, tama. So, dapat is lagi tayong mapagpakumbaba sa lahat ng bagay. Sa mga ginagawa natin is dapat kontrolin din natin ang sarili natin para hindi tayo mapahamak. So, yun po yung self-control. So, yun lang po. Yung susunod po is yung importance ng self-control at saka courage is i-discuss ni Ma'am Migorian.
Okay mga bata, ang ipapaliwanag ko ay mga kahalagahan ng courage at self-control. So, yung una, the importance of courage is to gives you the ability to put aside your fear or failure and take the first steps. So, yung courage din daw ay nakakatulong na matagumpayan natin ang mga hamon natin sa buhay. So, self-control is an important skill to develop because this same emotion occurs in any person who feels that their needs or desires are not being met. So, gayon pa man, may mga tao pa din talagang kulang ang tiwala sa sarili. Kaya nagkakaroon sila ng mga anger issues, ng physical violence, or by turning to unhealthy coping mechanism. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Ayan, marami pong salamat Mamego. Magandang araw mga bata! Ako nga po pala si Teacher Irish. At ngayon ay mayroon akong inihandang maikling kwento para sa inyo. Handa na bang makinig ang lahat? Mabuti! Ngayon, ang ating kwento ay pinamagatang The Boy Who Saved Holland. Makinig ng mabuti ha!
The Boy Who Saved Holland. Hendrik would be 10 years old in 10 months. All his life he had heard about the dikes. He knew that a big part of Holland, his homeland, lay below the level of the sea, and the only things that protected it from being flooded were dams and dikes. The dikes, which were made by humans, were the most important. From very long ago, Hollanders had put up great mounds of earth and sought to save their land from the tides. It was a cruel war between the rising of the sea and the strength of the dikes. And for many years, the sea threatened to win. But the Hollanders loved their country and would not allow the sea to drive them out from there. They fought back the waters that roared in from the North Sea. They protected the soil with longer and larger dikes, using barriers of clay and stones as well as bricks. Hendrik's grandfather had been a dike builder. His father looked after dike repairs. His uncle was in charge of a folder, an area of reclaimed land. Surrounded by dike, Hendrik admired the way the dike was constructed. Its tall, grassy flanks and the great stone blocks on the seaside. But there to break the violence of the onrushing waves. He would imagine himself standing on the wall as if it were a rampart. It would give a victory call to the sea. He would make expeditions into the countryside, exploring the thorns and twists of the walls, examining the ways in which they were built, trying to guess the age. One day he roamed further than he had ever gone. Much further than he had intended. The sky was darkening when he turned towards home. There was no time to watch anything except the shady, unfamiliar road. It was still, chill, stormy evening. The birds have gone to their nest. There was no sound in the air except Hendrik listened intently. He did not want to believe what he heard, but he knew only too well what it was. It was the sound of water. Nothing much, only a trickle, but Hendrik knew what it would mean. He knew that the trickle would soon become a gurgle. Then there would be a gush, followed by a rush, and then a roar, and the North Sea would sweep in. For a moment, he stood bewildered. It was growing dark, hard to see, harder to locate a small leak in the dike. Finally, he found it. A few feet from the ground, he could reach it. It was, as he suspected, a small leak. It was small enough to be stopped with one finger. At first, he was not worried. He even felt a little elated to see that the finger of one small boy could hold the mighty waters in cheek. Besides, he thought it would not be long someone was sure to pass by, see what was happening, and get people to repair the damage. But the stillness continued, stillness and loneliness. As the night came on, Hendrik grew colder. His hand pained him. There were cramps in his arm. Soon his entire side felt numb. He could not tell how long he had lunched there. Hours seemed to pass. He called and cried, but there was no answer. No help came. The pain frightened him, but he could not take his finger from the dike. The air was freezing. He was afraid he would drop from fatigue. He stamped his feet to stamp out the cold. He rubbed his still arm with the fingers of his other hand to keep the blood flowing. It was dizzy. Pain stabbed every part of his body. But he would not remove his finger from the dike. It was almost dawn when he saw the man with a lantern in his hand. Hendrik almost fainted. It was a laborer returning after working all night. parents had been searching for him all night, but it was this laborer who found the boy. He immediately called for help. The lake was plugged soon. The dike was straightened in weeks. A great part of Holland was saved. Years passed and many things were forgotten. But the country is still grateful to the boy who kept his finger in the dike.
Magandang umaga mga bata! Ako nga pala si Teacher City. Nakinig ba kayo sa kwentong ating binasa? Magaling! Sige nga kung nakinig nga kayo at naunawaan ng kwento. Mayroon akong inihandang mga katanungan. Handa na ba kayo mga bata? Okay, sa unang bilang, what is the title of the story? Magaling! The title of the story is The Boy Who Saved Holland. Sa ikalawang bilang, who is the main character in the story? Magaling! The main character in the story is the Hendrik. Sa ikatlo namang bilang, what lesson did you learn from the story? Magaling mga bata! Kailangan lang natin maging matatag or malakas ang ating loob pagdating sa mga hamon ng ating buhay. Gaya nga ng ginawa ni Hendrik, hindi siya nagdalawang isip na tumulong para sa kanyang bayan. Naging isa siyang bayani dahil sa lakas ng loob niya. Hindi siya natakot na mamatay dahil yon nga ay maaari niyang ikamatay ang kanyang sacrifices. Ngunit dahil sa lakas ng loob niya ay nailigtas niya ang kanyang sariling bayan. Kaya bilang mga bata, panatilihin nating malakas or matatag ang ating loob upang malabanan natin ang ating kinakatakutan. Dahil balang araw ay makaka-encounter po tayo or kayo ng mga pagsubok sa buhay na kailangan harapin na may lakas ng loob. Napakagaling mga bata! Lahat ng iyong sagot ay tama. Totoo ngang nakinig kayo at naunawaan ng kwento. Ngayon naman, mayroon tayong papakinggang kanta na kakantahin ni Teacher JK.
May magandang araw mga bata. So ngayon, ako nga pala si Teacher Leonardo H. Budin. At meron lang akong hinandang awit. Ready na bang lahat? So, emotions, they're what we feel inside. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we want to hide. When we find observe absent, one thing we should do is to attempt to control, instead just thinking it through. Self-control, gonna have it. When you mad and you had it, take some time if you need it. control, gonna have it. If you put down, lose it. The tries there's choosing. Take control right now.
Maraming salamat, Teacher Leonardo, sa isang napakagandang awitin na iyong inihanda. Nasiyahan ba kayo mga bata? Mabuti naman kung ganun. At naman, meron akong katanungan na inihanda para sa inyo mga bata. Makinig ng mabuti ha. Ano nga ba ang mensahe ng awitin na inawit ni Teacher Leonardo kanina? Diba mga bata na dapat bilang isang bata, mayroon tayong lakas ng loob sa ating mga sarili o yung courage. Huwag tayong matakot na subukan ang ating mga kinakatakutan. Ating itong labanan at ipagdasal na sana lahat ng pagsubok na dumating sa ating buhay ay ating itong malampasan. Kailangan lang nating lakasan ang ating kalooban. Mahalaga rin na iwasan nating magalit dahil hindi ito maganda. Kailangan natin itong pigilan o iwasan para walang gulo na mangyayari, lalong-lalo na kapag tayo'y pinapagalitan ng ating mga magulang, hindi ba? Kailangan pigilan natin yung ating sarili na huwag silang sagutin kasi hindi yun maganda. Pigilan natin ang ating emosyon dahil para din iyon sa ating kinabukasan. Kailangan lang natin na kontrolin o iwasan ang galit o yung emosyon na nararamdaman natin. Lagi natin yung pakatandaan mga bata ha.
Hanggang sa muli mga bata, paalam!